1-800 water damage of North Dakota. There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800 water damage of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800 water damage of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and welcome to this Valley News Live weather update sponsored by 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota. Those are the folks you want to go to if you have those water damage issues. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got for us over the next, 24 hours and beyond, but really focusing on first alert weather day, that potential, in fact, the likelihood for a blizzard across much of the region. We'll break that down for you here in just 1 second. First thing I want to do is show you what's going on outside. You can see a cloudy day. You can see those winds blowing around as well. You can tell by, of course, the flags flapping there, that south wind currently at about 20-25 miles per hour. We are seeing gusts of 35 and, in fact, even 40 mile per hour potential in some areas for this afternoon. Now, our numbers temperature-wise, we're at 38 in Fargo, 35 Grand Forks. See 40 on the board as well, 44 in Sisseton. Most areas are above the freezing mark, and this was expected for today. Not quite as warm as what we saw yesterday, nor is it as windy. Nevertheless, well above normal temperatures, and those winds are certainly strong. So let's go ahead and show you what we've got, starting with a blizzard warning. Now, depending on where you're located within this area, shaded in purple, is going to be where we have that blizzard starting anywhere from midnight tonight till about 3 a.m. tomorrow, again, depending on where you're located. So in other words, if you're in Langdon, Devils Lake, Grand Forks, that blizzard warning starts around midnight, I should say. Yes, if you're in Jamestown, you're in Fargo, a little bit closer to daybreak tomorrow. Nevertheless, these areas shaded in purple, again, this is where we have not only the potential, but the likelihood of seeing blizzard conditions. Now, what are we talking about here? In these areas shaded in purple, generally speaking, 1 to 4 inches of snow expected. The farther north you are, the more snow we're expected to see. Farther south, a little less. I do think for Fargo, 1 to maybe as much as 3 inches, but I think generally speaking more along the 2-inch range there. Take a look at these wind gusts. Northwest winds, eventually turning north. 60 to 70 mile per hour is the potential for those wind gusts. So what does that mean? Dangerous to impossible travel, damage to trees, damage to power lines as well. So with that in mind, we've got that blowing snow, that snow coming down. Again, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we do see some closing of roads and certainly highways starting earlier in the day tomorrow, going through early to mid-afternoon. So something to keep in mind if you are traveling tomorrow, if you have to travel to work or you're just planning on heading out the door. Just make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have all the necessities that you need should the car break down, should you wind up in a spot where the roads are closed or are closing. Again, I think that potential is very high as we get into tomorrow. And that's for all the areas here shaded in purple. So that extends all the way out to Roseau, to Thief River, of course, including Grand Forks, Fargo, even a little south of Fargo as well, out to Jamestown, up to Devils Lake. This is a large portion, the majority of our region. Now, we have one small area where we have a winter storm warning. The reason why it's not a blizzard warning, wind gusts are not going to be quite as strong. Still very windy, as you can see, 2 to 4 inches of snow expected. So blowing snow still going to be an issue in these areas. Baudette, North Beltrami, among those areas, Waukesha as well. Starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow, goes through 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Again, 2 to 4 inches of snow, wind gust at about 50 miles per hour. Moving south, we have a high wind warning in effect, areas shaded in orange. That does include southern portions of the Red River Valley, Lisbon, Ellendale, as you can see, Sisseton, Hankinson, Wahpeton as well, stretching out to about Fergus Falls. High wind warning, the snow expectation is on the lower side. We're going to see wind gust up to 60 miles per hour, which still could cause damage to trees and power lines. But again, not as much snow coming down, maybe an inch in these areas. And again, we'll go over that more in just 1 second here. Finally, in those areas where we have the high wind warning, we also have a winter weather advisory for about 1, maybe as much as 2 inches of snow. So here's what we're first alerting you to. And again, it's all going to be tonight, tomorrow. It's going to be about the snow. It's going to be about those very strong wind gusts. The other thing we're watching, temperatures are going to be dropping rather rapidly. We're looking at Wind chills of 20 to 30 below by the time we get to this time tomorrow, so about 3 o'clock. So right now, we're sitting in the mid to upper 30s across much of the region. Tomorrow, we're talking about wind chill values 20 to 30 below. You're going to feel it. It is going to be very cold. And again, wind so strong, snow coming down, blowing around, just a nasty day across the region. So for tonight, any roads that have seen melting or still wet, we're going to see those refreeze just like we did last night. Sidewalks as well. Snow arrives for some overnight, early tomorrow, mainly those northern areas, northern half of the region. Those winds will increase as well, creating near blizzard to blizzard conditions by those early morning hours. For the daytime hours tomorrow, snow, north wind again up to 70 miles per hour. You see blizzard likely northern valley, northeast North Dakota, but again, blizzard conditions really likely in all those areas we showed you just a few minutes ago, those areas shaded in purple by the National Weather Service. And again, that is the majority of the region, including Fargo, Moorhead, and Jamestown. Tonight, we'll see some light rain move into the region around 6, 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Not going to be too heavy, again, just some light showers. Low pressure starts to shift off to the east. As it does, we will start to see that wraparound snow. So we're going to stop here about 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're in Grand Forks, the wind has already picked up, blowing very strong. You're in Langdon, Hallock, Roseau, Thief River, Rolla, Devil's Lake. You're starting to see the snow. Winds are strong. That's when we initially think we'll start to see some of those blizzard-like conditions for those northernmost locations. Jumping ahead to about 8 o'clock in the morning, starting to see a little bit of snow, Fargo, Moorhead out there, but you can see those northern areas, basically northern half of the region, still getting bands of heavier snow. Winds incredibly strong. By about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, Fargo, Moorhead, now getting our share of snowfall. Again, a couple inches expected throughout the duration of the storm. Winds will continue to be strong. Wind gusts 60 to 70 miles per hour possible. That goes through 1 o'clock. Once we jump to about 3 o'clock, snow starts to exit the region. Lakes country still getting a little bit of that snow. By the time we hit 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, skies have cleared out west of the Red River Valley, and the winds will start to die down as well. Still breezy. Meanwhile, we've got clouds cover and stronger winds in Lakes country. Finally, clouds move out. Winds do diminish by the time we get to our Thursday night. Here's what we've got for snow totals. Grand Forks, 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of snowfall, blowing sideways for a good portion of that time. You see the areas in purple there, Baudette, maybe Roseau, 5, 6 plus inches, a possibility there. You get down to Fargo, I've got 1 to 3 inches. I really do think we'll be right there in that zone of about 2 inches. And again, all that blowing sideways with those gusty winds you get farther south, an inch or 2. As we take a look at wind gust forecast, areas in orange, wind gust of 30 to 45. You start to see the red, that's 45 to 60 mile per hour wind gust. Watch what happens here. We hit 6 a.m., where those winds are the strongest. You can see westernmost areas, Jamestown, Devil's Lake, as well as portions of the northern Red River Valley. Winds continue to shift east. 9 a.m. we're starting to see those gusts to 45 plus, 50 plus, and again, that potential is there for 60 to even 70 in a few of these spots where we're seeing that red color. That'll continue through noon. Even into 3 p.m. we're looking at Fergus Falls, Sisseton, and southern part of Lakes Country, still seeing those wind gusts very strong. Meanwhile, areas north and west, the winds are starting to diminish. We get to tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, winds really do settle. The snow's moved out. We'll have a clearing sky, and as you might imagine, very cold temperatures. So here's something we're watching. Tomorrow morning, you notice compared to right now, we're sitting at 14 Fargo. This is at 7 a.m. 10 in Grand Forks. Our wind chills are already below zero. In fact, Langdon feels like 31 below 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look what happens by 3 p.m. Temperatures actually quite a bit colder in some areas. We go from 14 in Fargo in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. We're seeing wind chills, mid-20s in a lot of locations. We're not seeing that. We're seeing low 20s, mid-teens. Winds strong out of the north, again, blowing snow around. So not only is it going to be snowy and very, very windy, it is also going to be downright frigid tomorrow. On Friday, temperatures a little warmer, not as windy, though we will see a few winds. Could see some light snow as well, expecting very little accumulation, maybe half an inch to an inch in some areas, but most areas will not see that. But I do think a lot of the region will see some light snow, high temperatures in the single digits to mid-teens. Wind chills are going to remain below zero for much of the region as well. Finally, we'll take a look at our temperature trend. We've got 1 degree Thursday at 3 p.m., back up to 20 on Friday, then 8 on Saturday, 13 on Sunday, 27 Monday. By the way, next week does look like it is going to be at least a little bit warmer. We're looking at temperatures which are going to be right about the norm for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas, and that means low to mid-20s for highs, lows in the low to mid-teens, even a few upper teens out there. And other than a few snowflakes here and there, I think generally speaking, partly to mostly cloudy. So a little bit of a break from all the craziness as we head into Christmas week and certainly Christmas Day. So if you plan on traveling during that time period, it does look like conditions will be at least decent for that. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Please be safe if you're heading on the roads tonight or tomorrow. Again, I think near impossible travel. I would not be surprised at all if there are some roads that are shut down out there. We'll keep an eye on it for you, of course, right here on Valley News Live.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
I do want to mention before I go that this Valley News Live forecast is sponsored by 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Hope you have, again, a wonderful day.